Hi, I'm TB Passmore. Welcome to Tennessee and welcome to the KD Sub and welcome to the Lay-In Block Productions.
It was just after 8:30 a.m. on January 12, 2020, when we arrived at Laurel Siding on the former Knoxville and Ohio subdivision of Norfolk Southern Railway. We were looking forward to another action-packed day of railfanning in East Tennessee, where we would document several trains battling two of the toughest grades in the volunteer state.
About this one back.
Northbound empty grain train 55G was our first catch of the day, and at Laurel Siding, it passed by its southbound counterpart, the 54G, which needed assistance over the nearby Chestnut and Copper Ridge grades located west of Powell, Tennessee. Two -9 locomotives were leading the charge, with SD-70 Ace number 1193 dead in tow. The crew planned to take 55G to the west end of Laurel Siding, where they would untie the locomotives and use them to shove the loaded 54G over the steep grade. Laurel Siding is a fan favorite for its sweeping, picturesque curves. Guiding our adventure on this unseasonably warm and beautiful morning was Gabe Passmore, a local rail fan with a deep passion for East Tennessee Railroad history.
Well, we started out our day on the Norfolk Southern K&O District, which is the Southern Railway main line from Harriman to Knoxville. And that was originally built as the Knoxville and Ohio Railway and the Walden's Ridge Railway. You can see that in one of Drayton's previous videos. You can't really take a bad picture around here. You just need to be careful of the local hillbillies and just be mindful of their property, be mindful of the railroad's property, and you'll get along with everybody around here really good, and you can walk away with some dang good train pictures.
Once the power was uncoupled from the train, 55G's light power slowly crossed Hearthside Road to clear the switch. The crew of 55G was especially friendly, and we enjoyed a visit with the conductor as they waited to cross over. The Norfolk Southern's Knoxville and Ohio District traces its origins to 1852 when it was first chartered as the Lexington and Knoxville Railroad. The initial Kentucky charter failed to pass, and in 1853, the company was rechartered as the Knoxville and Kentucky Railroad. Knoxville and Kentucky began constructing its railroad with the goal of linking the Atlantic region to the state of Ohio by connecting with the Louisville, Cincinnati, and Charleston route of the Louisville and Nashville Railroad. This route would later include segments of what are now CSX Transportation's CC, KD, and K&A subdivisions. On November 4th, 1869, the Knoxville and Kentucky reached Jellicoe, Tennessee, where it connected with the Louisville and Nashville. The costs of construction through challenging terrain had plunged the company into debt, and unless the railroad raised $100,000 to repay Anderson County's investment, it faced the threat of a forced sale. Unable to meet its financial obligations, the Knoxville and Kentucky was eventually sold in 1871 to the East Tennessee, Virginia, and Georgia Railroad. In 1894, the ETV&G merged with the Richmond and Danville to form the Southern Railway. After the merger was completed, the Knoxville and Kentucky was renamed as Knoxville and Ohio and became a Southern Railway subsidiary.
Chestnut Ridge especially is the steepest active mainline grade on the Norfolk Southern system. It is basically second to Saluda. It was second to Saluda when Saluda was open. I believe it's 3.5% or 3.2, somewhere in there. I'm not exactly sure of what it was, but that one's not as long as Copper Ridge, and Copper Ridge is something like 1.7%, but it is a very long and curvy grade which can cause trains to easily stall on it without help from pushers.
13 railroad miles west of Laurel, at the 1.9% grade peak of Copper Ridge, we captured 54G laboring up the steep incline. Chestnut Ridge and Copper Ridge grades, located between Clinton and Powell, Tennessee, are two of the steepest active mainline railroad grades in the Norfolk Southern system. Chestnut Ridge's peak gradient reaches 3.53% near Pat Shawn Drive, with Copper Ridge averaging a gradient of 1.7% over its length. These intense gradients demand a great deal from train crews, with helpers almost always required to surmount the grade. While not as steep as Chestnut Ridge's maximum gradient of 3.53%, Copper Ridge is much longer, climbing 89 feet over a 1-mile stretch from Brushy Valley to its peak near Powell, Tennessee. The winding curves of Copper Ridge further strain the trains as they climb eastward, creating an unforgettable sight for rail fans. In 1889, the East Tennessee, Virginia, and Georgia Railway conducted a land survey at Copper Ridge, considering a tunnel to reduce the climb to 64.55 feet, which would have lowered the gradient to a more manageable 1.23%. The cost estimate was $194,000 in 1889, around $5.3 million in 2019. However, the tunnel plan was abandoned, and today, the 1.9% gradient still challenges Norfolk Southern crews. After 54G crested Copper Ridge, the helpers from 55G descended back to Laurel Siding at Clinton, ready to continue their journey over the KNO and beyond to the train's final destination. Around 11 a.m., we left Norfolk Southern to spend some time along the CSX Knoxville division. Hearing reports that the KD sub was bustling, we soon caught our first northbound unit phosphate train, K850, along the Clinch River just outside Oak Ridge. We didn't realize this was one of the last busy days on the KD subdivision. 1 week after this footage was recorded, CSX further reduced coal traffic, which has been declining since 2008. The extended travel time, requiring 2 pusher crews between Cincinnati and Atlanta, also contributed to CSX's decision to reroute most KD sub traffic.
That was at Edgemore. That was going over the Clinch River, and the Clinch River starts up in Virginia and flows into the Tennessee River near Knoxville.
Gabe, tell me a little bit about the CSX line that we're on right now. Where does it go, and where are we going to chase this train?
Well, today we're on the L&N Cincinnati to Atlanta main line, which, as the name says, ran from Cincinnati to Atlanta. The original section of the line that was built from Cincinnati to Corbin existed prior to them ever wanting to build to Atlanta. The idea to run to Atlanta came about in the 1890s when they tried to compete against the Southern Railway, Cincinnati, New Orleans, and Texas Pacific subsidiary, and it was basically to just compete with them, and it was also to get freight from Cincinnati to Atlanta quicker than the Southern would provide.
Gabe, tell me a little bit about this train that we're waiting on right now. Where are we?
We are in Granite, and the train we're about to see come up on us doing a bit of 60 miles an hour is V610, and that has two YN2 AC44s, which are my all-time favorite engines in that paint scheme, which Drayton doesn't really care for because he's lame.
YN3, baby. Dark
No,
future.
Wrong.
Well, I think we have a bright future ahead of us, Gabe. Today should be a good day.
Morbid depression you have caused me.
So Gabe, I guess we can't really take these signals for granted.
Depression.
V610 was an as-needed empty grain train that originated in Aberdeen, North Carolina, bound for Mosey, Indiana. We're in La Follette, or Laugh a Lot,
Laugh a lot.
which is CSX's maintenance away headquarters for the KD.
And who are we with right now?
We're here with our special friend Mark and our equally special friend Wade.
Wade, tell me about your setup behind us.
It's pure autism. This is peak foamer right here.
Hold on.
And I'm in the
you need
genuine
one of the straps
maintenance of Wade
hanging
shirt.
down on the side.
This is the epitome of autism.
And we are going through La Follette right now. And Gabe, what did I just do?
You stopped to get Domino's in the middle of a train chase? Who does that?
What kind of pizza? Let's find out.
Pepperoni.
That looks delicious, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
It's always good to snack while trackside, right?
Yes. But keep us.
Where are we headed next?
The gorge.
Is it going to be gorgeous?
Yes, but I think we're going to miss it, Kelsey, because you had to get this pizza because you're tubby. I'm more tubby than you are. I should be the one that's hungry. Habersham, which is the end of the double track in the gorge.
And what are some of the unique features about the gorge? We've got some interesting...
Cell phone service.
Well, cell phone service.
No cell phone service.
The gorge.
God, Faith. Hi, and welcome to Trevilian. We're out in the middle of nowhere on the KD, and they have a soda machine out here. And it's only 50 cents, which is kind of nice. So when you're out here watching trains, you can enjoy a nice, fresh, cold refreshment. Delicious.
Offering a variety of cold refreshments, the iconic Trevilian soda machine was a welcome sight while we waited for CSX trains. Tucked deep within the gorge, Trevilian is a holler community and is a quiet retreat devoid of cell service. The one and only Wade White, one of our close friends, was dealing with power steering issues, so we decided to wait for our next train at this location.
Wad, will you tell the world about your new acquisition for your truck?
I've had it for a while, actually. I just never got around to installing it. I did it for him. You know, he's a little special. Sometimes I have to let people know when we're coming through. It's kind of like a wide load detection sensor, you know, just... I enjoy taking Gabe Railfanning quite often.
I don't. It ruins my fuel mileage.
Well, your fuel mileage is ruined anyway. The gigantic, 12-foot wide tires don't help any.
At least I didn't put a tuner on a Tacoma.
Hey, my Tacoma is zippy spippy and the power steering pump's going out.
I was about to say zippy spippy is why you couldn't keep up.
Wade, do you have any more advice to folks who want to become a meme?
You don't want to become a meme. Your entire life becomes a joke to everybody.
Maintenance of Wade 2.0, don't become a meme.
Where are they now, 10 years later?
Another nice thing about Trevilian is all the friendly dogs as we see as they surround Wade.
After about 10 minutes, we heard the northbound empty grain train approaching through the gorge as it made its way toward the Morley-Trevilian Tunnel. From Trevilian, we could see the small community of Morley through the tunnel, another quiet settlement. Morley is home to one of CSX Transportation's helper bases, where heavy southbound trains receive additional horsepower to tackle the Duff Mountain grade at Kilsey. The other helper base on this former Louisville and Nashville line is in East Bernstadt, Kentucky, on the CC subdivision. On this day, a lone AC 4400 was tasked with helping southbound unit grain train G119. Dressed in its as-delivered YN2 paint scheme, it was built in February 1996 in Erie, Pennsylvania. As the church bells rang at Morley Baptist Church for Sunday evening service, we went to the opposite side of the tunnel in Trevilian to record the southbound train. From above, we followed the train as it ran through the gorge. Note the helper locomotive at Morley, ready to latch onto the rear for the assault up and over Duff Mountain. Moving ahead to Habersham, we caught up with the train as it climbed the steep grade. At Duff, Tennessee, near the north end of Killsea Siding, we heard more church bells from Duff Baptist Church as the helper unit prepared to disconnect from the rear of G119 on the fly and then head back to Morley for its next assignment. G119, working hard at this location near Duff Mountain Grade's peak, originated from Bensonville, Illinois on the Canadian Pacific, bound for the Terminal Railway in Mobile, Alabama. As the train rounded the curve, the helper unit uncoupled on the fly, a rare maneuver on modern Class 1 railroads and a thrill for rail fans hoping to witness authentic mountain railroading. Duff Mountain is one of only 2 helper districts on CSX rails in Tennessee, with the other located along the former NC and St. L main line at Cowan. We covered Cowan's Cumberland Mountain grade in a recent production that features the Chessie Heritage Unit working as a pusher. the dispatcher returned the signal to the north, and the helper went back to Morley for its next assignment.
33 north C212. Got a clear.
This light power move marked the end of our day along Tennessee's toughest railroads. We hope you enjoyed this presentation and look forward to bringing you more coverage from the volunteer state soon. We thank you for watching Delay in Block Productions. Until next time, happy railroading.